Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and today is day 446 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. If this is your first time checking out my broadcast, a little bit about me and my channel. I'm 39 years old, I'm married, and we have 4 children together. I have been overweight my whole life, and in 2020, it got to a point where I had to do something. The swelling in my legs was just getting to a ridiculous point, and my mobility was really next to nothing. Even though I was still getting up and doing things and going to work, I was pretty sedentary. And so I created this challenge with kind of two main goals in mind. The first goal is that I knew I needed to commit to something for longer than I've ever committed to something in the past. A lot of times in the past, I would have a lot of motivation for a few weeks, few months, maybe get to 8, 9 months, but never able to like maintain any type of substantial weight loss or progress. So I knew that I needed to focus on my weight or focus on the time more than anything, because if I was going to figure this out, I needed to figure out how to lose the weight, but then also to maintain that weight and to live at a healthy weight. The other thing that I challenged myself was to lose 300 pounds, because in the past I would set what I always thought was a realistic challenge. Let's just lose 50 pounds. And then after I lose 50, I'll set another goal to lose 50. Or let's see if I can get under 300 pounds. And I would do a pretty good job at reaching my goals. And I'd feel great about reaching the goal. But at the end of the day, I was still over 300 pounds. I was still very heavy. I mean, taking, for example, where I'm at right now, I started this challenge at 520 pounds. I've lost about 200 pounds, but that I'm still at 320 pounds. So I still have another 100 pounds to go. I can feel great about losing those 200 pounds, but I also have to realize I still have another 100 pounds to go before I am at what people would call a healthy weight. And so that's the two main parts of this challenge. Like I said, so far things have been going great. I'm nearly 200 pounds down in about 14 months, and it's been awesome so far. The change has been incredible. All right. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. Any questions, comments, anything, please share them below. And we already had a comment before I started. Somebody spied the new hairdo. Thanks, Wayne. It is a new hairdo. I just got it done today. It kind of lost a little bit of its bounce since I had it done earlier today, but it was something that was long overdue. I wish I would have been a little bit more on the ball here, and I would have set up to actually have that photo showing, but the photo that I had on the thumbnail for this video is a comparison of November 2020. That was actually a little bit before I started the challenge. Or no, it would have been, yeah, November. So it was actually a couple days into the challenge when I took that photo. Um in comparison to today, obviously. And so I'm going to try to pull it up here if I can get it to work. There we go. So as you can see, I did thin out my face a little bit. I honestly, it was tough for me to get the lineup right for like the eyes and the nose, like to get the right size, because my face really has thinned out quite a bit. And I think I probably could have even zoomed out on my after photo even more than it is right now. But um just an incredible difference in my face there. And I did share this photo on Instagram if you guys are on Instagram, make sure you go over there and react to it on Instagram. I am blanking on what to do here. Oh, I did do also a comparison photo from uh my stream yesterday to this photo, and so that is this here. I can maybe do that and it'll I can hold it there for a second. I guess what I could have done is just put the photo from yesterday up and then have my face here. Here we go. How's this? There we go. See? Um that's a 1 day difference there. So it was time for me to get a haircut. Carrie says looking good there. Yes. Something that Carrie kind of brought up in it, I guess I'll just leave that photo up because I'm going to be talking about um, it for a second. Carrie says she likes the shorter beard. Good. I do too. It is kind of nice. And it's going to be nice not to have my hair coming into my mouth when I'm eating. But one of the things I talked about a lot back when I first started the stream was finding something to do to get started. And I talked a lot about how in 2020, a few months prior to starting my weight loss challenge, I went and I styled my hair much different than I had ever styled it before. And this is kind of even maybe more different than that. But it was something that I kind of started to take care of my hair a little bit or give a shit a little bit about how I looked. And I kind of equated that to kind of being what kind of started the snowball of me even starting this challenge. And when I shaved my beard last night and then got my hair cut, Carrie, of course, in hindsight, makes a comment about how she's happy that I did this because it's kind of maybe I've been in a rut and I've been letting myself kind of go and or not well not letting myself go appearance wise, I guess, not so much diet wise, or maybe trying to match it. Who knows? So anyways, I do feel like a brand new man, all fancied up. I also like it wasn't on my mind at the time, but I do have a meeting tonight where I probably will look it's I'm going to be in the public or I'm going to be talking to some people, and so I probably needed to clean up for that anyways. I'll be much more presentable for that meeting. Another thing I did that Carrie's been bugging me is that we have had just this kind of pile of clothes kind of building up in our house, and it's like we have this weird like the old clothes that I didn't fit into anymore, I don't fit into, and then the new clothes that I do fit into currently, and then the clothes that we're hoping that I go back into or I can fit into again. And so last night I did a bit of a uh fashion show for Carrie, trying on a lot of different outfits. And then I realized that on stream here I'm wearing my hoodie, but I am wearing a shirt that I don't think I've probably worn for a decade. But it's just a work shirt that one of those ones that was always small for the size it was, but and then also some pants. I can't really I guess I'll try to show myself off a little bit, but I feel uh great, and it's nice to be in some clothes that fit. Like that's I guess what I'm trying to show off. Let me see if it'll work. That's about as good as that's gonna get. So anyways, uh I'm actually wearing some like tight clothing and I don't feel ridiculous. I do have a little cheater compression shirt on underneath, but um it feels good to dress up a little bit and kind of not dress up. I'm just wearing work clothes. This is like what I should be wearing to work. So not even dressing up. But to get into some clothes that fit. In fact, the pants I'm wearing, I had somebody ask me a question on an old post on Reddit if I had measured the difference in my size. And I wish I would have. And they were just asking from the fast because the difference between my starting photo and the fast and my ending photo and the fast is pretty crazy. But uh just in now. So I tried those pants on. I kept two pairs of pants that had a 46-inch waist, and I kept one pair that had a 48-inch waist, but it was a shorter leg length, and it fit nice because of that shorter leg length. But when I started this, I was not really even wearing pants. Well, I did wear pants. I just wasn't wearing pants. Terry says, "You look good, you feel good. I clearly do not follow this policy in my everyday life." Yeah. The pants are that I used to wear were generally like sized XL, like 3XL pants. They didn't have a waist size because it gets embarrassing to go to the store and buy 50 plus, like, and I don't even remember when I hit 50, but I can remember not ever wanting to hit 50 inches. And then I blew by 50 inches long ago. And I feel like I probably have some pants in my house that probably say 60 on them, if not 60, 58. And like I said, I don't know that I was really wearing those. Like if I had a pair of size 58 dress pants, they probably had elastic in them that allowed them to stretch a little bit. So um Carrie says, "Can we trash those baggy gym pants?" Fine. No, we're keeping the black gym pants forever. I'm gonna get a trophy case. We're gonna put them. Gonna take up the whole screen behind me. I'm just gonna tack it up here, and it's just gonna be those pants tacked up behind me. Um, when I get to my goal weight. Yes, Carrie is has always been a fan of my black pants that my start photos or all of my beginning photos are in those pants that are ridiculously large now. Um so I am all over the place here. I was just talking about fitting into this clothes. I love it. It's great to have lost weight and to be wearing clothes that have been collecting dust or that in fact Carrie had gotten some clothes. There was a couple things I have that hadn't even had the tags torn off of yet. I had an old jersey from my ATVing days that I never got kind of thin enough to wear, and so that's probably going to be the goal shirt. It's always kind of been one of my goal shirts is to fit into that uh motocross jersey, I guess is what you would call it. Um and then I also have a cycling jersey I've bought since starting this that I can zip up, but the zipper pops, and so nobody wants to see my belly flop out. Um, so, but anyways, it was good to kind of do a fashion show, and um, we did get rid of some things. And really, I was also saying that because this morning I was trying to find a belt to wear, and I couldn't find my belt. And so I had thrown on the 48-28 nines is what they were. Cause like I said, they were a little shorter, which was nice for me. And I couldn't find the belt. And so I actually had to put on the tighter pants because the 48-inch ones were falling off my butt. So, that's awesome. Even be smaller, um, things have been going great with that. Uh, I still have not eaten, I guess, since Monday night. Monday night, we had our anniversary dinner. We had some wonderful vegan pizza from a local place that does vegan pizza. And you just got to take out a small loan to purchase it, but it's good. And I knew that that was going to really kind of screw up. I was already not in a great spot with my weight loss for the week, but had I not had that dinner, I probably would not have gained the couple pounds. So anyways, I turned that into some whatever. I'm just going to fast for a couple days because this shit sucks. And so I have not eaten since Monday night. So, well, I guess I've had calories since Monday night. I had cherry juice and an orange on Tuesday night, and then last night I had an orange. So, I don't know. It's not any type of diet. It's not any type of plan. I wouldn't recommend anybody do what I'm doing. I just feel like I needed to reset something in my gut. I still feel like I haven't cleaned everything out, if that makes sense. I had been drinking those natural water flavored waters like the bubbly LaCroix. There's all kinds of different brands that we've tried. And just overall, I don't know if that's been messing with my gut. I really feel like it's either that or also the fact that I do eat a lot of avocados and cashews and have a very high fat diet some days. So I have been fasting. I have a meeting tonight where I'm not going to be eating at it because it's at a pizza place. I'm going to try not to make all these people feel bad about all of the cows that were milked in order to make the cheese. It's on their pizza, um, but I'm not sure what I'm doing tonight. I don't know. Now that I'm talking about food right now, I'm a little bit hungry, but I don't know. I did get on the scale. I'm actually lighter now than I was a week ago. I'm under 324.8 the last I checked on the scale. So, I've definitely, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but right now I'm feeling good. I might just push it and have oatmeal in the morning or try to eat a big breakfast. I don't know if I'll be able to have a big breakfast, but have breakfast in the morning and just go from there. It's felt great. You know, I kind of did this whole kind of freshening myself up, during the same time. I don't know if the fasting cleared my head for me to finally get off my ass to shave. Carrie says we have some purple carrot meals that need to be eaten, made and eaten. So yeah, so maybe we'll try those purple carrots. I feel like I want to have one good last, maybe night and morning, and then hit it running. So we'll see. Let me see what else I had to talk about today. The title of the video: we do not live in a vacuum. What am I talking about? Two different things, two different vacuums. Craziness. The book, The Future of Nutrition from Dr. Campbell, is continuing to be a great book. One downside is that in the third part, he starts it off like a lot of textbooks. I remember started off with a glossary at the front of the chapter, essentially, of terms that you're going to see in the chapter. I think you see it a lot in legal kind of writings as well, but it's definitely a very much a education textbook kind of thing. And so in the third chapter, he goes through and he defines the 9 different characteristics of a good study. He also defines the different types of study, like double-blind placebo or controlled. And so it is a little bit of a drag to be listening to the narrator read these glossary items. It's like listening to somebody read the dictionary for 30 seconds. And it happens a couple times in the third part, but it's okay. And it's one of the things is he does the list of the 9 things to be considered a good study, and then he says, "This is what my list would be," and it has the 10th thing, and essentially they read the 9 things over again, and then the 10th when all, like if I was reading it on paper, I wouldn't have read the first 9, I would have just gone to what he added. So, just a little silly thing about the book, but it's awesome what they're talking about or what kind of the information that is being talked about. And the vacuumness that he's talking about, or that I'm going to talk about today because of the book, is he spends a lot of time in this part talking about the research that we've done over the past 100 years and how, so essentially, the part of the book that I'm in right now, what I'm about to explain is all of the book whole. Colin Campbell wrote The Future of Nutrition, and then he also wrote 2 other books that I can think of off the top of my head, The China Study, and then the other one I've read is called Whole. And the book Whole is, it talks about taking a holistic approach to looking at research or looking at nutrition, and then also eating whole foods is kind of a part of that's what that whole book is. So this beginning of the 3rd part, he is talking about the difference between a reductionist research policies and a holistic research policies isn't the right word, but I'm going to use it because it's consistent with what I did the previous time. And so we really focus on reductionist studies. We love reductionist studies. We love seeing, what specific molecule causes this specific thing. And that's many doctors' goals in life. These research guys, their goal is to find the specific switch that turns cancer on, or the specific thing that causes heart disease. And it is a great approach, but when in the book Whole, he does a lot of time talking about having an elephant and having 12 different people researching the elephant, but those 12 people only research their specific part. So there's somebody who is inspecting the ear, and then there's somebody that's inspecting the feet, and there's somebody different inspecting the tusk, and there's somebody different inspecting the tail, and they're not communicating with each other. And so they're only going to see what affects them, So if the guy that's looking at the ear starts to see a fluid buildup, he's going to try to remove the fluid. He doesn't know that the animal is also suffering from influenza because he's not studying the gut or something, and so he's just trying to fix the ear, when if they just fixed the other problem, the ear thing would go away. And so that kind of happens in a reductionist study, is that they only start looking at certain things and they hone in on those certain things. And then they develop these results on in these tests, but everything is so sterile. Everything is removed from it except for that one factor. And it's great to do that, to find things out. But you can't take that information and then spread it out or give it out to a population that doesn't live in the environment in which the test was done. We don't live in laboratories where double-blind placebo tests are done. We live in the real world where we have to deal with the fact that we have an anniversary on Monday night and we might have to go out and have something different, or we don't live in a world, like we can't control all of the like when they do these studies on these people, even they controlling all of those people's lives when it comes to they're providing 100% of their food. They're taking away the fact that they have to make their own food in some of these cases. Like how do you compare somebody who has all of their food made for them for a month? They don't have to do anything thinking about making food. How can you compare that to somebody who has to, and say, let's say you prepare all the food and you give them a keto diet and they lose weight on that keto diet? That's great. But you can't prepare the food for everybody to have them. They have to make the food on their own. And so, uh, and you're incentivizing them to do the study, or they, like there's all kinds of things that you can't control in a double blind, or because you're controlling so much in these studies, you can't then take those studies and apply them to the real world 100% of the time. There's times when you can, but not always. You can't, and I listen to Dr. Greger's books, both of them, How Not to Die and How Not to Diet. And it is, study show, he I can't remember, he has a catchphrase that I'm blanking on right now, and it's going to kill me that I'm blanking on it. It is put it to the test. There it is. Put it to the test. And and then there's lots of studies that he's found to support his views on things, but it's not necessarily about all, the studies that we consider the best, the ones that even Dr. Greger totes as the ones to listen to, are the double blind, placebo controlled studies, things like that. And they find out what they find out from these things. And you can, like I said, you can disseminate information from these, but you also have to live in the real world. You have to realize that while they were able to do that in that study, that's not the way it works for everybody, because maybe everybody that was studied, was single, and maybe everybody that was studied didn't have kids, or they did have kids, or they um and so when we hear all this research and we hear these results, we can't take them we have to realize that there's a lot going on other than that. And then also, the thing I talk about the other day was, like, they do studies where they're super awesome studies, and they find out things like, or they come up with results like people need to have omega-3 fatty acid. And so then entire industry is developed based on the recommendation of having omega-3 fatty acids. And then fast forward to 5 years and they do another study, and they don't really find the same results as they did the first study. But now they have this whole industry that was built by the them saying that there's a need for omega-3 fatty acid. But in reality, what they're finding is that it is the ratio of omega-3 fatty acids to omega-6 fatty acids that's really the important thing. So the studies, these whatever study was done to find out that the omega-3 was beneficial for people, there was something about that study and the ratio those people had with their omega-6 that was really probably what caused the good results that they had seen. And so, anyways, the book's getting into more on, focusing on a holistic approach and looking at our diet as a whole, our lifestyle as a whole, our, what we do. The Pleasure Trap talks a ton about it not just being diet, it's also this lack of sleep that we're suffering from, is, the invention of the light bulb kept everybody up 3-4 hours more than we would have been up without the invention of the light bulb. And the invention of the alarm clock got us up earlier than we would have, many people up earlier than they would have, not everybody. Um, and then the other um thing I was going to talk about with the vacuum, and I realize I'm getting long here, is that when I think of vacuum, I think of kind of loneliness and the vacuum of space. And um and they talk about it, I believe it was in this book, but about the need for kind of community and a sense of uh group. And that's kind of what I kind of created this challenge to do for me, and I really feel like it's created this this community. I have people that I love to see, from like Wayne and um Anthony and everybody from the past too. But I guess where I plug my Discord channel, which is down in the description below. And it's a great place for you guys to get on and share what's going on with you, because I want to know how things are going with you guys. I'm feeling awesome right now. I'm super committed to getting through 2022 and losing that additional 110 pounds I got to lose now. Um, and just that they talk about how lonely things can be, or what happens when you have so much loneliness in your life, I guess, and you don't reach out to people. And like, it's being overweight and being sedentary can feel very confining, like uh, I had my, I have my family, but like when I went to work, I'm in my office, and it takes a lot of effort for me. It took a lot of effort for me to do much and get out and do anything. And I never talked to anybody about how I was feeling with my weight or how things were going. I was always afraid to bring it up with Carrie, because I was worried that uh she would think I was starting to be motivated to lose weight and then try to push me more than I wanted to be pushed, as weird as that is, um but we don't put yourself in a vacuum, is what this part of what I'm talking about is don't push people away. Um don't hide from people, I mean, it's something where it's tough to face what is going on. Sometimes it's tough to walk around at 520 pounds and pretend like everything is great, and tricking yourself. You have to kind of walk around saying that so you convince yourself that it is. So if it's not the Discord, find some sort of community to reach out to and um, be part of it, and it'll help, especially if you're feeling lonely in any way, um, or you don't feel like you have anybody to talk to, reach out to somebody. You can send messages to me too. Really, um, but yeah, I just was a couple things I was thinking about today, and I do have to get going though, because I have a meeting tonight. Um, Again, I don't think I said it earlier, so I can't say again, but for the first time, this video, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell icon so that you will get alerted when I go live. Anthony says, hey, Anthony, I just said your name probably before you came in here, maybe not. And then Carrie says that she just wants me to live forever. I'm going to live forever. I'm immortal, right? Have you seen me die yet? Um, it's a stolen line. Um, Subscribe, click on the bell icon, get alerted for when I go live, which is usually 4 p.m. on weekdays. The Discord's down in the description below. There's a Pinterest board if you're looking for recipes. If you need ideas for food, hit that up, or just Google search it. You'll find thousands of whole food, plant-based, SOS free options. If you guys haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that's more important than your health. You need to just get started now. it's the bottom line, like nobody ever gets to the end. I saw another video today. Somebody saying, I wish I would have started sooner. It's all the time. Everybody who gets to their goal says they wish they would have started sooner. So get started right now and go all in and do a whole food plant-based SOS free diet. That means no salt, oil, or sugar. You'll be amazed at the feeling and the changes that it does to your body. And you start feeling a lot better about the food choices that you make. And you never feel guilty. Not once have I ever felt guilty when I stuck to my diet and been eating whole food plant-based SOS free, even when I went back for thirds. And I have gone back for thirds. And I'm still 200 pounds lighter, 14 months later. Get started right now. Go all in. Weigh every day. Go, guys. You can do it. I have faith in you. We'll get to the end of this. All right. I gotta go.